Got the brand new tires on. Look real good. Feel nice and soft. So, got that finished. I was working on this bike here. It's a 2007 RMZ. And I rode it around. I was like, man, why is it so loud? So I started investigating the muffler. And all this padding, what's it called, fiberglass packing that's in there, was compressed. And so I fluffed it all up like it is now. But it comes in a roll. It's all rolled up in there. And so I thought maybe I need to fluff it up, but now I'm going to find a tube because the way they design, I'm going to show you how they, I don't know why they make these things like they do. I mean, it could have been so easy, and because of the design, it's just ridiculous. So you're supposed to have this cardboard tube so you can roll it up in there and then have the tube slide into the pipe in there because they made the pipe inside the thing. They didn't make the pipe where you can take it out. It's ridiculous. But I was running it around and it seemed kind of loud. It's just so obnoxiously loud that I wanted to see if I can quiet it down. And so I started messing with the pipe. See if maybe that stuff, maybe, I don't know. So I got some of this stuff. Let me turn on this light. And hopefully this is some other fiberglass packing. So I'm going to roll this up on there. So let me show you the design of this pipe because it's really ridiculous. So I sanded it on a little bit. I took that black off of there, sanded this down a little bit. I think it looks a lot better like that instead of black. So there's a steel pipe in here. You're not going to be able to see on camera, but the one with the holes in it. And so you can't really get that thing to stick back in there. You're gonna have to find you a piece of cardboard roll or something like this. I got this off a dishwash towels. So this fits in there. So I'm gonna have to roll this stuff up on here and then slide it on down like that. I mean, real ridiculous. I was taking it apart and was thinking, okay, I just take this off here because it has screws on it. I can pull the whole thing out. But the pipe is welded down here and this side has rivets. I'm not going to cut all those rivets. Then it has this other little thing right here that has a screw, and you can pull this out, and it has a little pipe, and this one's the short one, and you can get a different longer ones. And something about the pipe that's longer, like the longest one they got is about maybe 4 or 5 inches. And that's a 94 decibel. Something about it changes the decibels or something. So I got that packing, and I'm going to wrap it up on this and do that. And also ordered, which is not here in the mail yet, but I also ordered a what's it called? The DB Killer, and it's more or less same as this one, but it's in just one of those little cheap ones. And I looked at some videos online, and this guy, he bought all of them off of eBay, and the quietest one, that's the one I got. It's more or less just a little pipe that goes in there and it has holes in it, and then on one end, this one has also, it has like going through a screen and then the little holes. And he said that one's the quietest. Well, I saw the video and it did make his little bike quiet. So I just want to knock it down a little bit because riding, it's just when you open it up, it's just really obnoxiously loud. And it could have been just because that fiberglass padding, I mean, it was what you saw there laying on the floor, it was really compressed. And I sat there and I pulled it up and got it to fluff up just by pulling on each little bit, trying to get it to fluff up. And I was thinking of, put that back in there. And then I thought, well, I'm just going to see how much this stuff is. And so I bought this for 10 bucks, and it's pretty thick. You see how thick it is. And I'm thinking this is going to be enough. I was thinking when I bought this that I could put this around the pipe and then stuff that other stuff in there too. But I'm thinking this is going to be enough to fill this whole thing back up. It just ain't going to have that. I think that one had a some kind of heat shield around it. Some kind of heat shield material. So real stupid design of these pipe manufacturers. Why didn't you just make this pipe? Look, they have this other pipe that's bolted. Another pipe that's bolted on here. It's got a screw there and a screw there in this pipe. So why not make this piece down here so that, and then put this pipe welded onto this piece and put you another lip like this down here, and then have that whole pipe slide out. I mean, these people just don't seem to think when they're making stuff. You welded the pipe. I mean, you welded the pleated, what do you call that? This pipe. You welded this pipe at this end. So how am I going to wrap it? You know, it's inside this tube. I have to knock all these rivets out. You know, that's real stupid. When you could, you did it up here. You had the idea of here sliding this pipe into this pipe, you know. So why not just take this pipe, mount it on here, and then put another end like this over here, and so you cap it up. You can roll your stuff. Your thing will be right here. You see, Vance and Hines. Let me show you how to make a pipe, Vance and Hines. You should have made the pipe like this, where it's mounted on this thing, so I can wrap it, and then I can slide the pipe in like that. You see how it should have been made, Vance and Hines? I mean, golly damn. And if all the other manufacturers do it like this, this is retarded. Just stupid. I just can't understand the kind of thought process that goes through these people's minds when they make something like this. Then you got this other little thing here with this other screw with another pipe on it. I mean, what the hell is that? You can still have that all right here. You know, it's not going to bother you to put this pipe, mount this pipe. There you got your two screws. Weld this to this, and then put another end just like that over there. It slides in, you know, so I can take the whole thing out and wrap it. Oh no, they want you to buy this instead of this packing. They want you to buy that it's called a cartridge. That's the one that came out of there, and it comes with a tube, and you put it on there like that, and then you slide that big old piece of thing down in there, you know. Real stupid. I just don't understand them, but that's the way they made it. Just everything you look at, seems like to me, they just don't know how to. They just don't have no thought into what, you know. What was the sense of having this pipe, that thing mounted there? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's just not the right kind of, you know, you're making a pipe, you're thinking, okay, they're going to want to repack it, let's mount it right there, you know. No, let's weld it over here, so, you know, it's just a big, difficult damn thing, you know. I mean, I don't know, man. Okay. I'm getting really aggravated just talking about that pipe. But this was that Van and Hines, and I took all that horrible black paint that they put on it. Oh, and they also, you're supposed to look, it says here, repack your thing every, what does it say? Even says in the manual, repack it every 30 to 40 hours. You know, you want you to repack it every 34 hours, but you glued, not only did they put screws on here and make it really difficult to pack, they glue with a bunch of nasty, real heavy-duty silicone on the end cap. And I couldn't get this cap off of here because it was glued on there. I was like, man, how are you supposed to, you can't grab it, you can't, And I'm thinking, man, what is going on? I looked at some videos and you just gotta yank this thing off of here, get that glue, that silicone, and then clean all that. I mean, just stupid, man. Oh, it's just aggravating. So I'm gonna do that, pack this, and hopefully it makes this bike quieter. I'm gonna try to wrap this. Pretty thick stuff. I got my GoPro head strap. Hopefully I got that. I can't see that if I have this lined up on that GoPro or not, but got it stuck to my head with a head strap. This is pretty thick stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I needed a longer cardboard tube. Let's see which end does this fit in there, because I remember one end was really hard to get on. Okay, so I'm going to try to roll this up, and it's really soft fiberglass. Oh, and they said you use masking tape to tape it up, but they said to cut it, and I'm thinking I'm just going to use the whole roll. Shove every bit of this inside there. I think that'll work, right? So they say to use some masking tape. And I'm thinking that that'll work. As long as that tube will let me get in there, and then I can just shove the rest of this in there, right? Okay, let's see, this is the top, and I guess it doesn't matter, but we'll put that to the top. And now I gotta get that cardboard on there. And actually, you know what I should have done? Let me pull that out a little bit. See, this is just ridiculous, man. They would have just made this thing come out of there. Okay. Now we have to force this stuff in there, and it seems like it's going to fill up every bit of this exhaust. And where's it hanging up? I think my thing is getting too tight. Okay, where's my cord board? Okay, let me try some more of this tape. Now, fiberglass will itch your hands and stuff. You should be wearing gloves. I'm sure someone's going to say something about that in the comments. Fiberglass is not really something you want to be handling without gloves. But I'm okay with that. Come on, just a little bit further. And I might have to, since I didn't measure or anything, I might have to just shove the rest of this in there as hard as I can, because it feels like it came to the end, because I want every bit of it. I want every bit of it to go in there without cutting it. Yeah, I knew you could do it. It said it's 16 inches, so it will need a little bit sticking out for the cap. I'm not going to put that silicone back on there. So that's that. And then, well, actually, I think it needs to go down. It needs to go down more than that. Because it has to give me that ridge there. Oh, yes. Get in there. Perfect fit. I don't think there's going to be enough room for any of that other stuff. There it is. Now, I just got to put those screws back in and clean it up, but it looks a lot better without that black paint on the end. And I'm gonna wash my hands. So there it is. So that's what you got to do. And one of these, if you're going to do a Vance Hines, this is a, I think I measured, it was 15 inches pipe. Get one of these FMF 4-stroke packing. It was only 10 bucks. And it was actually, I thought it was going to be a lot smaller than this package. I thought it was just to wrap the tube, you know. So it actually is enough Yeah, see here. Repack your muffler every 20-30 hours, but you can't, you know, you can't get this thing apart because the way they made it. But anyway, get that one. It's only $10, and it's enough to fill this big muffler here. So hopefully this will quieten the bike. And if that don't quieten the bike, I also ordered one of those, they call them a dB, decibel killer. And I think you can stick it on this side or stick it in the pipe. So all I'm going to do now is get the screws for that and screw that all back together. Okay, let's see. I think that one goes like that. Advance, and I don't know, does it go like this or like that? I don't know. And I cleaned all those screws out. Cleaned all the holes in the threads. And so now all we're gonna do is put all these little screws back in. Yeah, and I'm not gonna put that I don't see no point in putting the silicone stuff back in there. Come on. Come on, screw, get in there. I don't want to strip you out. Man, what is it? There we go. Okay, and then I guess it don't matter. Vance and Hines, I'm gonna put it that way. Staying it all the way through. Oh, you piece of... Vance and Hines. At least they didn't put rivets on this side. I saw some on YouTube, the Yoshimura pipe. You have to drill rivets to change the baffle. And do that every 20-30 hours. That's real smart. At least this one, they put your screws in it. But why did they weld the pipe where I had to stick that material in there like that? I don't know. So let's just tighten these down, not too tight. And I think that will seal it in there pretty good. That's pretty tight. So there it is. Fresh new baffle material in your Vance Hines muffler. And now I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit and stick it back on there and call it good. And if it's not, I still ordered that other thing, so I'm gonna see the difference with it like this and then with that other little noise suppressant thing, see if that makes it quieter. But I'm done with that. All right, so I guess I'm gonna wrap this up here. All right, I'm out.